So Jan, we're in front of a 510 grand piano, and let's speak a little bit about the differences between the grand and, of course, the upright. I know you're going to pull out the keyboard a little bit and talk a little bit about the pedals and some of the other subtle differences between the grands, and also speak about the size of the grands too, Jan, because I know there's different sizes, right. And sometimes the consumers, they don't understand what the differences are.
Well, it's like in any case, a bigger size is better.
Okay.
So on grand piano, the bigger the piano gets, the bigger the strings are, the bigger the hammers are, so the bigger the sound is going to be.
Okay.
And it's really an amazing machine. Now it takes less effort on a grand piano to respond versus upright or a wall piano, because it takes less spring, because they work more with gravity.
Gravity.
So you get a more responsive playing out of a grand piano. Also, the pedals on a grand piano, there's different function than typically normal studio. So you got your sustain, and the middle one, your sostenuto, it just holds the chord that you're playing, and the rest is shot. So it's there for a purpose, musically. And then the left pedal, it shifts everything to the right, and instead of hitting 3 strings, it will hit 2. So you get a more soft sound. Now, I'm going to pull this action right now so you can see how it's built. And grand pianos are, in a sense, easier to work than studios, because everything pulls out together. So any adjustment on grand piano, very simple, very nice to work on. There you can see everything more clearly. You can repair things easier, and the response and to clean up and maintenance is also better. So very easy to work on.
Jan, sticky keys here with the same type of problem on the uprights?
It's the same issue.
Same issue.
They have the same material, the same function, so they react to the same ordeal with the temperature change. Okay.
And because of the soundboard being here, this versus on the upright, where it's so water damage or anything else, unless there's high water damage, or let's just say if the case itself were damaged but not the soundboard, would it still be feasible to keep the piano?
Yes. As long as the water doesn't reach to a point where it's touching the keys or the key bed, the piano is okay. It's not, it could be worked on. They do going to go a little bit of a stress because of intense humidity or something.
Sure.
They had to be possibly, worked on in that sense. But as far as getting direct contact with water, it's more difficult to see that happen. And the pedals, it's all mechanical. It can be either replaced or repaired. But in both scenarios, water, it will be the enemy number one. So
sure. And Jan, what about maintenance on this, as we discussed on the upright? Is it basically the same kind of maintenance schedule?
Yeah, same basically. Now, direct sunlight again on keys, it makes the keys come off. Because it just overheats the glue, and there's a chance that it might peel off, or also discoloration. They might change color with time.
The keys, okay.
Same way, you get direct sunlight to the main lower bridge where the strings cross by. They also can come off. So it's just, it could be put on in a place where it doesn't get direct, let's say 5 hours of direct sunlight.
Okay.
That would be kind of harmful. Otherwise, the same as polyester finish, same ordeal. You can clean it up, or you want to shine it up, you can use a good high-end
a wax.
Yeah. Okay. Very nice to keep.
And then someone looking, let's say, the grand piano versus a studio upright, Is that something that would they be looking at difference, of course, in price, but not only, but what, in tone and feel and touch?
Yeah. The sound is not comparable to any studio or any professional.
Does that have any, that has more to do also with the size of the piano? Because there's smaller grands and of course there are larger grands, no?
Yeah, the way it's being designed to be exposed to sound with the lid open, of course. And there is a way to maintain keys and string looking good without, keeping the lid down all the time.
Okay.
There is some fabric that you can buy off the market and cut up to size and lay over it. And it will prevent any kind of moist or dust going to beyond the string.
So dust could actually be pretty harmful if it's not cleaned correctly.
It's difficult to clean.
Yeah.
That's the only thing about it.
So how would they clean if they were in, let's say, in an environment where there was maybe a little bit of pollen and dust and things like that?
Your basic cleaning time, it was just okay with a vacuum cleaner with a brush attachment, and you can gently pass over the pins. Follow the pattern of the strings, and you can go gently over the dampers, and you can go the same way all the way back to the bass strings and to the back end. Try anything that you can vacuum without putting force or any strain on the strings. It's perfectly fine.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Jan, any parting thoughts for those that in the audience that are looking at piano, either piano owners for a long time or those that are new? What are your parting thoughts? Uprights, grands, the pianos itself, because you're certainly a treasure. You've been doing this long enough, and you certainly have enough experience in all of this.
Well, I would say that the piano is become part of the family, and to buy something like a grand piano versus a wall piano, it's serious. It's something that you're thinking about either pass it on to the next generation because it can last that long if it's well kept, and also the sound of it. The sound is not going to be comparable to any upright. So it's a unique sound, and also the performance of the instrument is very different from the any studio or upright piano.
Sure.
It's more responsive, and it's less time to work on it to make it right, and also is more desirable on the sound.
Very good. Well, Jan, I'd like to say thank you very much for coming out and sharing a lot of your many years of experience. I know you're always very busy. I know that the folks here at the Houston Piano Company are always trying to find you because you're always busy with someone looking at their piano. But again, thank you very much. You're a treasure, and there's not many people that can do what you do and do it as well as you do. So thank you very much.
I enjoy doing what I do, and I enjoy to see the families when they enjoy the really good piano sound.
Fantastic. Well, again, thank you, Jan. Welcome. Thank you. Happy New Year. Thank you.